ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ श्री सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ ध्यायामि चिन्मयानन्दं गुरुदेवं महामतिं प्रेमपूर्णं क्रियाशीलं सदा लोकहिते रतं कृपालुं सुन्दराकारं समर्थं सत्यदर्शिनं वाचा तत्त्वप्रकाशिन्या शोकमोहविनाशिनम्। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। ॐ नमो नारायणाय। 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 ॐ ऋतगं सत्यं परं ब्रह्म पुरुषं कृष्णपिङ्गलम् ऊर्ध्वरेतं विरूपाक्षं विश्वरूपाय वै नमो नमः। ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्। हरि ओं, सुप्रभातम्। ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिहृद्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। 78। ॐ एको नैकः सवः कः किं यत्तत्पदमनुत्तमं लोकबन्धुर्लोकनाथो माधवो भक्तवत्सलः सुवर्णवर्णो हेमाङ्गो वराङ्गश्चन्दनाङ्गदी वीरः विषमशून्यो घृताशीरचलश्चलः अमानीमानदो मान्यो लोकस्वामी त्रिलोकधृक् सुमेधा मेधजो धन्यः सत्यमेधाधराधरः. Yesterday we completed this shloka. Continuing. तेजो वृषो द्युतिधरः सर्वशस्त्रभृतांबरः प्रग्रहो निग्रहो व्यग्रो नैकशृङ्गो गदाग्रजः. तेजो वृषो द्युतिधरः सर्वशस्त्रभृतांबरः प्रग्रहो निग्रहो व्यग्रो नैकशृङ्गो गदाग्रजः. तेजो वृषः. Bhagavan is here called Tejo Vrishaha. Vrishaha means rains. And Tejo Vrishaha is the one who showers the rains of brilliance. Acharya writes, Tejasam Ambhasam Sarvada Aditya Rupena Varshanat Tejo Vrishaha. Aditya Rupena as the Surya Bhagavan. Ambhasam Sarvada Tejasam Varshanat. Ambhasam means, Amba means water. Just as water falls like the rains, Bhagavan through the rays of sun makes the water evaporate and then brings it back to us as rains. This is one meaning. Another meaning would be, he again rains the blessings. He showers the blessings of brilliance, heat and light. Now see, in this world, Surya Bhagavan is such a very important factor for the very existence. The light, heat, everything is so very important. One day, if the Surya Bhagavan does not come, all Jivarashis might become extinct. That is the importance of Surya Bhagavan. Therefore, Bhagavan himself as Surya Bhagavan. Again, because why do I say as Surya Bhagavan? Bhagavan alone is everything. So Surya Devata is also Bhagavan only. A reflected consciousness of Bhagavan is Surya. So from that standpoint, all that what is brought to us through Surya Bhagavan is nothing but Bhagavan's blessings. Therefore, he showers his blessings in the form of his rays, Surya Kirana, and gives us rain, brilliance, heat, light, etc. Therefore, he is called Tejo Vrishaha. Dyuti Dharaha. Dharaha, we know, the one who holds. Dyutim Angagatam Kantim Dharayan Dyuti Dharaha. The one who is radiant, who is again brilliant. You will find many of the names in Vishnu Sahasranama indicates this particular thought that Bhagavan is radiance. Radiance, one with reference to the light, another with reference to knowledge, and third, radiance also brings what is called as, in the Yoga Shastra it is said, there is an aura around the personality which we all may not be able to see, but science has definitely declared and confirmed that there is certain kind of energy around all of us, and that energy is that energy of Bhagavan, which is also radiant. Therefore, Dyutim Angagatam Kantim Dharayan Dyutidharaha, the one who is radiant, or rather one step forward we may say, one who is the very radiance everywhere in everything. Therefore, Dyutidharaha. Sarva Shastra Bhritam Varaha. This is a very specific nama referring to Sri Rama Avatara. According to the commentators, it is a specific nama given referring to Sri Rama Avatara, which says the best among wielders of weapons. Now one need not take offense to why only Rama, even Krishna also has taken weapons, Devi has got so many weapons, etc., etc. I am sure by now at least we all know everything is a form of Bhagavan only. Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma, and with Maya Shakti has become Ishvara. Ishvara alone represents or manifests as all these personified Devatas. Therefore, all Devatas who wield a weapon is mentioned here, but in specific many commentators has given Rama Avatara who held a weapon, and he is considered to be the best among wielders of weapon. One may definitely take it as an expression of love towards Bhagavan. Then the question may arise, if Bhishmacharya has given this in the presence of Krishna, why will he take Rama? We have to make this very clear. Bhishmacharya must have taken Krishna only in mind. But commentators have their own soft corner, if you may say so, or their own extra love towards Rama. The Ishta Devata can be Rama. Therefore, they probably might have written Rama in the picture. But as I said, all are one and the same. If you are a Devi Upasaka, you may call Devi only. But here, Vishnu Bhagavan is indicated actually because Vishnu's glories are being said. And here we can say Shankha, Chakra, Gadha, Padma, Bhagavan. We will see one nama of that also. Chakra and Gadha indicate weapon. He wields the weapon for the sake of protecting his own bhaktas. And Sarva Shastra Bhritam Shreshtaha Sarva Shastra Bhritam Varaha. Bhagavan Acharya Shankara Bhashyakar writes, therefore, we may say Rama Avatar in particular because many commentators have given that, and here Vishnu can be indicated also. Pragraha. What is Pragraha? Bhaktaihi upahritam yatra pushpadikam pragrihnati iti pragraha. Bhaktas everywhere in bhakti, offering to Bhagavan is a very important factor, is a very important practice. Be it through yajna yagadi karma or be it as a simple naivedyam at our house with whatever we have prepared, whatever food we have prepared, or even some fruits which are offered, and in some houses every day standard, in Kannada they say kal sakre, crystal sugar, and then some dry grapes, like that they might keep and do every day. Shastrokta vidhanam, naivedyam is done. Whatever we may keep, patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam, yome bhaktya prayachati. Bhagavad Gita says, bhaktaihi upahritam patra pushpadikam. Acharya Shankara here indicates you may give anything to Bhagavan, but bhaktaihi upahritam, and with bhakti whatever bhaktas give, pushpadikam, pragrihnati. Pragrihnati here refers to Bhagavan accepts it with so much of love and with lots of, earlier we discussed vatsalya, like how the mother will take the child. In our houses we have seen small little baby, it will eat something and then it will say Amma, and then it will give. Mother accepts because of the love with which the child gives. Similarly, Bhagavan accepts everything that is given by us with love. And therefore, pragrihnati iti pragraha. So he is called, Bhagavan is called pragraha. Another meaning is given. Dhavatah Vishayaranye Durdanta Indriyavajinaha Tat Prasadena Rashmina Iva Badhnati Va Pragrahavat iti Pragraha. Sounds a very long line. What it means is, Pragraha also means reins. The reins which the charioteer holds, tied to the horses. Dhavatah, the horses, here it refers to our mind and senses. Dhavatah means it runs. In fact, we don't even recognize that it has ran away. Isn't it? How many of us actually have recognized, does our mind remain with us even for a fraction of a second? Think. In case it remains, it is for few seconds, and by the time we have recognized the mind is with me, mind is gone. Is it not? While we are thinking, oh, now my mind is with me, but last day, in the last class, my mind was never there. My mind was gone. Even a very fraction of a moment, mind is so difficult to be held. Dhavataha, where does it run? Vishayaranye, in the forest of Vishayas. Durdanta Indriyavajinaha Tatprasadena, by the grace of Lord, Rashmina iva Badhnati, Bhagavan holds. When we surrender ourselves to Him, Bhagavan says, no problem, I will help you, come. And then He holds the reins. Bhagavan is so wonderful, He will come down to any level if the Bhakta demands. Think. Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Arjuna asked, will you become my charioteer? Oh yes, come, let us go. He immediately became the charioteer. Think, if you and I were there, will a boss say, oh, can you drive the car? What? You are my driver. How can I drive the car? Oppa. Think. Our ego, etc. And why driving car and stuff like that? Anything for that matter. We don't want to be subordinated by anybody. We want others to be subordinates. Think. Bhagavan is ready to come down to any level for the sake of His devotees. Rashmina iva badhnati va pragrahavat. Pragrahavat meaning as though He is holding. Actually, He is only holding. We are only nimitta. But He helps us. He equips us. He strengthens us. Once we surrender to Him, He strengthens us to hold our own mind and senses. Through what? Through the reins of knowledge. Therefore, He is also called Pragraha. And we all know this is a very common thing which we have seen, which we have heard. The horses, 4 horses are there. Each one in one direction it would run. To hold all the 4 together and make the chariot run in a particular direction, in a particular speed, for a particular purpose, to a particular destination. How difficult. Think. And Bhagavan is the one who definitely helps us, and therefore He is called as Pragraha. Nigraha, the next nama says, Svavashena sarvam nigrinnati iti nigraha. It is the same thought told in a different way. The one who actually keeps everything under his control. It is as though He gives us freedom, as though everybody acts according to their whims and fancies or raga dvesha, likes and dislikes, etc. But the other tip of the rope, He gives us a long rope, but then holds the rope holds the control in his hand. Therefore, Svavashena Sarvam Nigranati. He always keeps everything under his control. Therefore, he is called Nigraha. It is definitely perfectly in order and in discipline. Whatever happens in this world, it is his decision. Tasya vina trinamapi na chalati, says Shruti. Vigraha, pragraha, nigraha, vyagraha. What is vyagraha? Vigatam agram antaha vinashaha asya iti vigraha. Agra means the end, the tip, and antaha vinashaha, until the end of what? Of pralaya. But what about Bhagavan? He is neither the beginning nor the end. He is eternal, with no birth and no death, no beginning, no end. Bhagavan is called Vyagraha. Vigatam agram. Vigatam, where there is no agram, beginning or end. Vyagraha. Naika Shringaha. And another beautiful word. Chatushringaha. Shringaha. Naika Shringaha cha. Chatushringa. Shringa here is referred to as Vedas. And Chatushringa is what? The four Vedas, which are the form of Shabda, words. As we all know, Veda was not given in a book form. Veda was only a Ashariravani given to those sages and saints who had tuned their mind to that Supreme. Ashariravani. And those were given to the Shishya Parampara. And finally, we all know Veda Vyasji codified all those Shabdas and brought into Veda. And we have today 4 Vedas. Even in that 4 Vedas, so many are lost actually. Among the other Vedas, so many Vedas have been lost even before the 4 Vedas were written. And however, Veda Vyasi brought it as Vedas, and now today we have Shabda. Shabda Pramana it is called, among the means of knowledge. And Naika Shringaha is like a, words are his horns, it is said. Horns meaning what? They are the thing which is there above. That is the topmost. The horns are never in the hands or shoulder or back. It is always at the top of the head, isn't it? Therefore, Vedas are supposed to be at the top, Naika Shringaha, and not one, 4 of them, Na Eka Shringaha. Therefore, it is Chatushringaha. Gadagrajaha. Nigadena mantrenagre jayate iti nishabdalopam kritva Gadagrajaha. A very beautiful nama which indicates Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji's avatar and Sri Krishna avatar. What does it mean? Agraja means the first among, here it is 4. The first among a group we may say, the top among the group we may say. Here Agraja refers to the first among the four born, which is Bhagavan Sri Rama. And Vasudeva had one more son called Gada. And Krishna was born before Gada. Therefore, Sri Krishna also is called Gadagrajaha. So, Ramchandraji and Sri Krishna were born. Another point is, one who was born before the other through the mantra called Nigada. And we all know Dasharatha had performed lot of yajna yagadi karma, and he also performed Putrakameshti yajna, and in that loudly the mantras were chanted, and after that came Agni Devata who gave the payasam, and we all know the story, and that is how Rama, Bharata, Lakshman, Shatrughna were born. Therefore, Gadagraja refers to the Avatara Purushas. Continuing. Chaturmurtish Chaturbahush Chaturvyuhash Chaturgatihi Chaturatma Chaturbhavash Chaturveda Videkapat Chaturmurtish Chaturbahush Chaturvyuhash Chaturgatihi Chaturatma Chaturbhavash Chaturveda Videkapat. A very beautiful shloka which indicates lot of force. Bhagavan wants to hit lot of boundaries here probably. So all fours have come here, and finally saying Ekapat, he hit a 6, we may say. We will see what it is. Chaturmurtihi. What is Chaturmurtihi? Chatasraha Murtayaha Virat Sutra Avyakrita Turiyatmanaha Asya iti Chaturmurtihi. Bhagavan expresses himself as 4 forms. One is the total physical body put together, the physical world, the physical universe, called as the Virat Purusha. So one Murti of Bhagavan here is, please note again and again, Brahman with his Maya Shakti as Ishvara expresses himself as Virat Purusha, as a total physical body. Sutratmana Hiranyagarbha. As a subtle body, he is the Hiranyagarbha. And as a causal body, Karana Sharira. In this Sukshma Sharira is Sutratmana Hiranyagarbha. As Karana Sharira, he is the unmanifest potential. Parampuja Gurudev used to say, the power potential in Bhagavan. And that is called as Avyakta, the unmanifest potential. And the fourth one is Turiya, which is nothing but the essential nature. Upanishad says, Turiyam manyante Chaturtham manyante sa atma sa vigneyaha. That atma which only is to be known, sa vigneyaha, is called Chaturtham manyante, Turiyam manyante, which is the essential nature, Brahman. And as essential nature, he remains as Brahman, and as the physical form, Virat Purusha, Sukshma Sharira, mind, total mind, is Hiranyagarbha, and total Karana Sharira is Avyakta Purusha. Thus, Chaturmurtihi. Chaturbahuhu. Bahu means hands, we all know. What are the 4 hands? Shankahasta, we see here, of course, the only difference in this Murti is, interestingly, Vishnu has got several combinations, they say, and each combination has got a Nama, and each combination has got some story behind it. We are not going to go into all that. Alright, at this juncture we will only take up this simple factor. You can definitely, probably you can Google it and you will find a whole lot of things said there. Shankha, Hasta, Chakra on the other side, Gadha, we can see it in the left side, and Padma Hasta, in here it is Abhaya Hasta, in this particular Murti. These are all, in the field of art, in Kala Pravrittihi, these are all very beautiful formations. Some of the artists, we may say, they have got various ways of expressing their Devata. When we go to the central part of India or North Karnataka, Belgaum, etc., or in Maharashtra in particular, Ganesh Chaturthi is very, very popular. Ganesh Chaturthi is very famous. And lot of politics also takes place during Ganesh Chaturthi. So popular it is. But again, Traditionally, Ganesh Chaturthi is extremely celebrated, and thousands of forms of Ganapati is, that those forms are made, clay models, in what is that, plaster of Paris. In that they make, some people make stones also, varied forms of Ganapati. And I was very surprised. I had served in Belgaum for a few months, probably 1 year or so. And there during Ganesh Chaturthi, we went for a stall. Our devotee said, Swamiji, you have not seen Belgaum Ganesh Chaturthi. Today we will go and see you. Please come. Believe me, we took 6 hours. 6 hours of walking. And what kind of Ganapatis? There is no limit for Kalpana Shakti. Of course, we have the formal Ganapati. Then we have Dr. Ganapati, Engineer Ganapati, Sachin Tendulkar Ganapati, Anil Kumble Ganapati, ityadi. Each one have their own way of expressing their love and their own way of expressing their form of Ishta Devata. Like that you will find here Bhagavan Vishnu also has got so many forms are being indicated in our, whether it is there in our Shastra, I personally don't know. I confess my ignorance in that. But all said and done, in the commentators, lot of commentaries gives us so many forms of even Mahavishnu. Though here it is Abhaya Hasta, normally, generally accepted form of Mahavishnu has got Padma Hasta. All the 4 of them add beauty to Bhagavan. Therefore, he is called Chaturbhujaha, the one with 4 arms. Most of our deities have got 4 arms and some of them have got much more also. But generally speaking, you will find most of the deities have got 4 arms. Therefore, Chaturbhujaha. Chaturvyuhaha. Shariraf Purushaha. Chandaf Purushaha. There is some spelling mistake. Please ignore the spelling mistakes. Veda Purushaha, Mahapurushaha. These are the 4 Purushas that are talked about in the Shastra. Iti Chatvaraha Purushaha Vyuhaha Asya iti Chaturvyuhaha. Sharira Purushaha. Purushaha again Bhagavan with a Sharira, personified God. Chandaf Purushaha. Chandaha means here Chandas. Chandas means what? The meter. The meter of a mantra or a shloka indicates the words beautifully arranged to express Bhagavan. And the meaning of that is Bhagavan only. Therefore, Bhagavan expresses as Shabda, Chandaf Purushaha. Veda Purushaha, again, he expresses himself as the very Vedas. In fact, Vedas are nothing but Bhagavan. Bhagavan is nothing but Vedas, it is said at one place. Veda means what? Veda, according to all of us, Vedas means words. But what is actual Veda? Veda, the meaning of all those words is Brahman. Indicates Brahman through Shabda Jalam. Through Shabda. But the meaning is very important. Without a meaning, Shabda is a noise. Isn't it? There is nothing called Shabda. There is nothing called word. There is nothing called language without meaning. And the meaning is Bhagavan. Therefore, Veda Purushaha. And then Mahapurushaha. Mahapurusha here refers to Brahma Tattvam alone. The Purusha, the ultimate reality. Therefore, Chaturvyuhaha expressing as Chatur Purushaha, 4 spheres of manifestation. Chatur Gatihi. This is a very interesting word. Gatihi means destination. Right? How? Ashramanam varnanam chaturnam yatha uktakarinam gatihi chaturgatihi. The four ways here that will take a person towards the ultimate. And they are in four stages. What are they? Here, ashrama, the Chatur ashrama is being indicated. First one is Brahmacharya ashrama. In every human life, the first few years of his life are the time when the mind and intellect are fresh, are innocent, are available to grab the knowledge. That is why Param Puja Gurudev said, catch them young. What do we mean by catch them young? The moment they grow, the various attachments and whims and fancies of the world contaminates the slate of the mind. Think of that beautiful shloka in Hanuman Chalisa. Shri Guru Charana Saroja Raja Nijaman Mukuru Sudhari. With the dust of the feet of the teacher, the Guru, I clean the mirror of my mind. Our mind is totally full of dust. Dust meaning what? Wrong notions, attachments, desperations, demands. Think. And therefore, such mind has to suffer to understand the truth. At the younger age, the mind is not that contaminated. Therefore, Brahmacharya ashrama is the time where one gains the knowledge under the tutelage of a teacher, of a guru. And Shastra, in particular Viveka Chudamani, gives that teacher as Deshikaha. Who is a Deshikaha? The one who has undergone the teaching, undergone the knowledge under his teacher, who is also a Deshikaha, understood, lived, and then he gives the knowledge to the next generation, to his Shishya. He is called as a Deshikaha. Shrotriyam Brahmanishtam, says Bhagavad Gita. And under such a great teacher, one goes and gains knowledge. That phase of life is called Brahmacharyam. Then we have Grihastha. Grihastha ashrama is where one applies the knowledge gained in the Brahmacharya ashrama, applies, implements that knowledge, practically comes to understand through experience what was learnt in the Brahmacharya ashrama. Grihastha. And Grihastha is one of the most important phase of life which protects brahmacharis and which also protects vanaprasthis and sannyasis. Think. All the three other ashramas are protected and to be taken care by grihasthas. Therefore, seva bhava is indicated here. Earlier, learning, vidyarthi, and here, having learnt, apply it in the field of the world. And therefore, here it is seva. How? Saha iva bhavana, with knowing everybody as Bhagavan himself. One performs seva. In fact, it is said, paropakarartham idam shariram. And this sharira should be given in the service of brahmacharis, vanaprasthis and sannyasis, along with society, community, nation and the world at large. And that is a responsibility of a grihastha. And therefore, one must understand, brahmachari does not earn. Vanaprastha has left everything. Sannyasi to renounced. Therefore, they all do not earn their living, and the only earning is done by the grihastha, and the grihastha have got the extra responsibility other than their family to protect the society. And what is the society here? Shastras indicate brahmacharya, vanaprastha and sannyasis. They are to be protected and given that energy for them to continue their path, continue their sadhana. Therefore, grihasthashrama. Vanaprastha, of course, is a time when one comes to realize the importance of gaining the knowledge, and therefore one practices what is called as withdrawal. What is withdrawal? During grihasthashrama, one takes care of the parents, one takes care of the children, one takes care of the society, one takes care of the karma kshetra. Like that, so many activities are there. In the process of these activities, mind for what it is definitely gets attached, definitely gets involved and rather indulged into so many varieties of activities, and actually speaking, the mind gets carried away. Mind should not get carried away is a very idealistic expectation. What is practical, one has to accept it. And one must note that this is all these are being told for oneself, not to judge others. Please remember, very, very important, we are not here to judge others whether they are doing all this properly, are they being attached, are they not attached. That is none of our business. Our business is to check our own mind. How is my mind? Am I attached? If I am attached, how am I going to withdraw? Self-implementation is the field of grihastha. And vanaprastha is when, having performed all the duties as a grihastha, now the children have grown up, they are capable of taking care of the family and other things. Now the elderly generation, that is why retirement is given. What do? I withdraw from the daily course of life. I can be at home, I can take my food, I can do everything, but not poke my nose everywhere. Think. There are people, even at 98, go on poking the nose. That son is 78 already or 75 already. Doesn't he know how to live? He has lived a life. But then they keep on poking. They keep on instructing. Some people have got such bad habit of going on instructing, going on advising, going on giving lessons, going on, troubling others. Vanaprastha is one ashrama where one has to withdraw. Withdraw meaning what? I withdraw physically also. I withdraw emotionally also. I withdraw intellectually also. And the withdrawn energy, I rechannelize them towards what? Towards my sadhana. I have no business with the world. Even my own family. Think. And unless this withdrawal exercise takes place, one cannot step into sannyasa ashrama to gain the knowledge of the Supreme again. Think. And therefore, vanaprastha is a very, very important stage of withdrawal. In fact, according to Shastras, according to very many commentators, vanaprastha ashrama is one place where one has to become quiet. Stop speaking unnecessarily. Stop communicating unnecessarily the worldly things. Stop judging. Stop giving advices. Everything. Because that is a very, very harsh and hard distraction for a sadhaka who wants to reach the higher. Therefore, withdraw. Vanaprastha. And then sannyasa is a fourth ashrama, gatihi, which shows the gatihi. And one can reach the Supreme at that ashrama where brahmacharya is a responsibility, grihastha responsibility, and then all other responsibility is gone. One withdraws completely, renounces the world. What is this renouncing the world? Renouncing the responsibility. Completely. And rechannelizing, redirecting, orienting the mind and intellect towards jnanam. Jnanam of what? Jnanam of the Supreme alone. We have people at 81, 82 wants to go and learn computer. Please read Bhajagovindam. Nahi nahi rakshati dukkrinj karane. Think, there Bhagavan alone is important. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. That is the occupation. Think. Chaturatma, Ragadveshadi, Rahitatvat, Chaturaha Atma, Manaha Asya iti, Chaturatma, whose mind is skillful and quick, without being disturbed, without being afflicted, or rather being free from likes and dislikes. Ragadvesha. This Ragadvesha is what which ruins personalities. Therefore, can we practice a life without Ragadvesha, with being very non-judgmental in life and withdrawing our life and focusing only on our sadhana? Think, such a that therefore Bhagavan here is called as Chaturatma, who has no likes and dislikes. And of course his mind is very skillful and quick. We all know this. And what is the Chaturatma here? Mano buddhi chitta. Chittakhya. Akhya means by the name of. What? Mano buddhi chitta ahankara. These are the fourfold manifestations of the Jivatma, and Bhagavan is the one who enlivens this fourfold Jivatma also. Therefore, he is also called Chaturatma. Chaturbhavaha dharmartha kama mokshakya purushartha chatushtayam bhavati. Sadhana in our Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. This we have dealt with it very elaborately before. Therefore, I will just make the name this one and move forward. One who is the source for sadhakas to push themselves through knowledge, and one who is also the end towards whom they move. So, Chaturvida Purusharthas. Chaturvedavit. Chaturvedavit, four Vedas, who is not only knower of four Vedas, Yathavat as it is. Because why do we say all this? Bhagavan himself is the Veda. One. It is he who has given the Veda. Two. Therefore, he alone can know Yathavat. What we understand, what we learn are very little when compared to Bhagavan. Once we gain the knowledge of the Supreme, once we gain the experience of our inner nature, then we also may be called Chaturvedavit. The last nama in this sloka, Ekapat. Kritsna bhutatmakaha ekapadaha asyeti ekapat. The one in the form of a quarter, it is said. One in the form. This whole universe is just 1/4 of Bhagavan, and the other 3/4 are nothing but Bhagavan's presence. In the Purusha Suktam it is said, what is that sentence? Purusha evedagam sarvam yad bhutam yacha bhavyam putamrata tasya Padosya Vishwa Bhutani Tripadasya Divi is what is mentioned here. Ekapadaha is all his manifestations, and there are other 3 Padaha, which is nothing but presence. Therefore, as the form of manifestation, he is Ekapat. With that, we conclude today. We will continue tomorrow. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.